Good afternoon. Welcome to Mid-Cap Radar. I'm Sonal Putra and joining me today is Ekta Batra. Ekta, good afternoon. Well, another day where we are seeing some weakness, at least that's how we started. We did see some recovery from the lows. Again, that has been sold into a little bit. So Nifty absolutely flat. And we do have the mid-caps which have recovered from the lows, but expiry day, so a lot to track.
Hi Sonal, yes absolutely. It seems as though it is quite volatile in a range for the markets at this point in time. Just look at the intraday chart for the mid caps, the bank nifty, the nifty. So that'll give you a true picture in terms of the jagged edges that we can see in our markets today. But all that and more in the next 30 odd minutes. We do have a couple of companies lined up for you. As of now, these are the top stories that we're tracking. Mid caps under pressure, mid-range bound trade on expiry day. Benchmark indices stay close to the flat line, recovering from opening lows. Metal and IT stocks see buying. Consumer and pharma remain on the back foot.
Sonata Software makes its biggest ever acquisition, buys Texas-based Quant Systems for just over 1,300 crore rupees. The stock gains as management tells CNBC-TV18 the acquisition is margin accretive and Quant is likely to add 2 new clients to Sonata's top 5 client tally.
GAIL surges after CLSA upgrades the stock to buy, raises the target price. The brokerage has factored in a 40% tariff hike and upgraded the EPS by 14%.
Walk-hard gains for a second straight session on bullish commentary. Management tells CNBC-TV18 its flagship novel antibiotic WCK-5222 will be ready for the global market by mid-2025. They add the company will need an additional $30 million to complete trials for this drug.
Okay, so that's what's taking place in terms of the markets at this point in time. We do have the mid-cap index, which is down around 0.3%. But let's discuss a couple of companies which stand out within the broader markets. Vishnu Chemicals is the first company that we are tracking this afternoon. It reported what was a good set of numbers across parameters. The margins expanded over 200 basis points on a year-on-year basis. To understand how the demand situation is, what their expansion plans are, and how it is panning out, we have with us the joint MD of the company of Vishnu Chemicals, Mr. Siddharth CH. Hi sir, welcome to the show. If you could just start by talking about this margin expansion that you've seen, which took place by around 200 basis points. How much of it was demand-led and how much was it possibly because of a better input cost scenario?
Thank you very much for having me. The margins was definitely supported by stable demand and efficient production processes, what we have adopted. Certainly the growth in the margins was on account of improved blended realizations per ton across all our products. So it's over 40% of value increase, what we have seen in terms of value.
And value increase in quarter 3, Siddharth, but the revenue growth is 11%. So did you see some decline in terms of volumes this time? What was the volume and realization split in quarter 3? And what is it likely to be in quarter 4? Demand is stable or has it improved?
We have completed our essential maintenance during quarter 3. Although this has not led to any delay in execution of orders which were on hand, but we have maintained enough inventory and it was planned way in hand. And this essential maintenance has been done 2 years ago and it has been successfully completed.
Okay. Can you break up the growth between the export and the domestic markets this quarter and what your guidance is in terms of both the segments?
The exports and the domestic split is domestic is at 55% and exports are at 45%. And always this balance, there's a delta of about 5% and that's where we are.
No. How did you all grow in both these segments in the quarter gone by? And what are you envisaging based on the trends that you're seeing?
We have seen a bit subdued demand coming out of Europe, and this has been offsetted by improved business environment in South America and North America. And moving forward, now that the natural gas prices have come off to an extent where they come at the low of pre-COVID levels, we are seeing a strong demand come back from Europe in this quarter.
Okay. So you've seen a demand increase from the European region on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Tell me otherwise, how is the export demand? As Ekta asked, how much did exports grow in quarter 3? Is this something that will continue? And because of whatever's happened in Turkey, the unfortunate event, are you seeing any supply disruptions? Because one of your competitors is in that region.
Well, let me tell you about our exposure to Turkey in terms of sales. It's only 1% on the overall revenue. And in terms of disruption with the peer supply out of Turkey, we are seeing a lot more inquiries coming out of North America because, customers are a little worried about will they be able to receive the supply on time. And we are working very closely with them to, meet those additional demand.
Okay. And how much did exports grow by in quarter 3? That is a number that we are looking for.
Like again, there has been a value growth of about 7% during quarter 3.
Okay, so you have mentioned value growth 2 to 3 times in the past in this interview. So Siddharth, just wanted to understand and dwell a little further in terms of the demand. Can you give us a sense in terms of whether or not you can push price hikes considering the value demand that you're seeing at this point in time?
So we're talking about 2 different verticals. The chrome chemicals, we see the demand remains resilient, and we are continued, inquiries from the regular customers, and we are closely working to add new accounts in the South America. And in terms of the sea freights have also come off quite a bit. That will also, reduce the inflationary pressure, which, the end users have seen over the last few quarters. And but what we are witnessing now is a very strong domestic demand. So we're seeing increased domestic share during the quarter 4. That's what we are anticipating.
Are you in a position to pass on any kind of price hikes in the domestic market, and have you done so?
You see, actually, there has been a downward trend in all the commodities, like you talk about energy, coal, fuel, and all. And we don't have any as such input cost pressure at the moment. So, with that being said, there's no question of any price increases. We are more focused towards, adding more accounts, during the next quarters to come.
Okay. So that is on the existing business. You did see some expansions. The chromium capacity has increased to 10,000 tons per annum, has increased by. What does it take the total capacity to? What is the current capacity utilization? And barium as well, you are looking at increased capacity. What will it take the total capacity to? When will it come on stream? And once this capacity comes on stream, what are FY24, FY25 revenues looking like?
With the debottlenecking activity, what we have done in the chromium chemicals, we have added 10,000 tons of additional capacity. With that being said, the total capacity installed will be 80,000 tons on the SDC production. And we are currently operating it at over 80%. And in barium, there's going to be another 30,000 tons of additional capacity going to come online during next financial year. And this will be the combination of our new product launch, which is barium sulfate precipitated, and which is a complete import replacement product. And we'll be working very closely with the end users to get the product approved. And we are very confident on making this happen sooner than later. Because
then, Siddharth, once the approval comes, what is the revenue potential in the new capacity that has come through?
It will be very hard to give you guidance at this point of time, being a new product launch. But we'll be working very closely with the end users, and since there is no domestic supplier, I think we'll be receiving approvals sooner than anticipated. And for the first year, probably we'll be working at over 50% of installed capacities, and stabilizing the production and getting the product approvals from the end users.
Okay, all right, Siddharth, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking to us. So that is Vishnu Chemicals. Stock is down around 4.5%. Talking on their Q3 numbers, it was a 200 basis points margin expansion that you saw in the company's margins in the quarter gone by. Take a short break, but we'll be talking to the next management on our radar. We have with us Morbi Ceramic Association. Back
where there's a substantial recovery that we're seeing from the lows. The mid-cap index is down 37 points and Bank Nifty Nifty, that is in the green right now, 36 points higher on that one. So that is leading the recovery that we are seeing. We'll have to see whether that sustains or not, because it's again the expiry day today. So last 1 hour of trading action will be very volatile. But that's the update as far as markets are concerned. But the other piece of news that we are tracking is Gujarat Gas hiking prices in their commercial segment by 1.5 rupees per SCM. And this comes at a time when globally gas prices, they have come down. Spot LNG prices are lower. So has this been a surprise or a shocker for the industry? Let's get in Pradeep Kumar Patel, who's the Vice President at Morbi Ceramic Association, which are big users of natural gas as well for their production. Mr. Patel, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, was it a surprise that Gujarat Gas has gone ahead and hiked prices? What kind of conversations have you had with them? Will they be taking further price hikes now?
Yes, they have hiked the price by 1.5 rupees. We also not expected the price hike, as natural gas prices has come down globally. But as of now, the propane price has increased. So all the ceramic industry is diverted to natural gas. Maybe that's why they have hiked the price.
Oh, okay. So, sir, you know, I was reading a report as of December that the gas utilization for the industry was down to just 2 MSCMD versus 7.5 a year ago. So where does it stand currently?
Currently, it is 3 MMSCM, and maybe it will go to again 7 to 7.5 as propane price has increased drastically. So maybe the Gujarat Gas original volume 7.5 MMSCMD is possible.
Okay, so you could probably revert to those peaks of 7.5 MMSCMD. Can you just give us a sense in terms of the propane mix right now? How much are you utilizing, and how much have prices gone up for you, say, in the past 3 months?
In propane, currently in this month, propane is going to increase. The propane price is going to increase 15,000 rupees per metric ton. Okay. And natural gas is priced as about 47 rupees per SCM. So price difference between propane is costlier than natural gas, about 10 to 15%.
10 to 15% higher is the propane pricing right now. So, you know, the last conversation that I had with you was when you said that around 80% of the industry had moved to propane. What is the mix currently, and is it easy to switch the energy source? Because it's been like, what, a year since you've been using propane, and are propane prices also expected to go higher?
Yes, currently 70% is using 70% industry is using propane, and 30% is using natural gas from Gujarat Gas. But from the 1st of March, the price of propane is going to increase about 15,000 rupees per metric ton. So all the industries will be switched to Gujarat Gas, because price is 10% cheaper, 10 to 15% cheaper than the propane price. So from the 1st of the March, whole industries is shifting to natural gas, and it is not cumbersome process to switch over to Gujarat Gas to propane, and propane to Gujarat Gas. It is a simple process, not a difficult.
Mr. Patel, just one follow-up on that. Have you had conversations with Gujarat Gas? Because the other dealers I spoke to said that since it was unexpected, did you speak to them whether there will be other price hikes as well that Gujarat Gas will take? Because in a long time they haven't.
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
Well, do you think Gujarat Gas, have you had conversations with them? Will they take further price hikes since there's still a differential of 10 to 15% versus propane?
No. Still we don't have any conversation, but we expect price to come down from Gujarat Gas in near future, because international price, spot price of LNG is coming down at very attractive level. So we are expecting a price cut from Gujarat Gas in near future.
Okay. How are y'all placed in terms of margins? Because on one end, you are looking to probably switch back to Gujarat Gas, but they are possibly looking to, they've already undertaken a price hike. Can you give us a sense in terms of whether the industry has had to undertake price hikes in the past 3 months odd? How much has it been to the tune of? And do you require further price hikes?
As of now, demand is not that much in our industries, in ceramic industries, so we can pass on the price to customers. But we will definitely in talk with Gujarat Gas to reduce the price, as they have the cheaper source of gas, maybe because internationally prices came down. So we don't need to, as of now, we don't need to pass on the price hike to our customers, because there is no supportive market.
Okay, just a quick question, sir. I just wanted to understand, as of June, I think 5% of manufacturers had shut their units. What is the statistic now? Is that the case? Because you have alluded to sluggish demand as well.
Yes, now industries is passing through a tough phase, because there are a difference between the large production and small production. So small productions cannot match the price of large production units. So small units have been shut down for some units have shut down for permanently, and some units have shut down for temporarily.
Okay.
Welcome back. Well, it is some recovery for the bank Nifty, so it's up around 69 odd points. We've recovered back to levels above 40,000 for the bank Nifty, so that's definitely a positive. The mid caps have also flattened out. You'd have to say that it is a volatile trading session within a tight range at this point in time. The next 2.5 hours will become quite important in terms of what the markets do, considering that it is F&O expiry. As of now, we do have the financials which have recovered and the Adani stocks which continue to be pressured. Case in point would be stocks such as Adani Green, Total Gas, Power, all of these stocks in the red at this point. It's a wrap on Mid Cap Radar. Stay tuned. Your stocks up next.